What I'm going to share with you right now will get you to stop scrolling through YouTube and will probably make this video perform poorly, but oh well. Today, I'm going to show you the 4-step method that I use to stop procrastinating almost instantly. And then I'll show you a bonus tip that makes this method even better. I know what you have probably been doing for a while. You've been scrolling through YouTube, watching videos, and procrastinating on some important thing that you need to get done. You feel stuck in the endless loop of scrolling and watching videos, and I've been there many times, and I know how frustrating it can be. When you are stuck in those scrolling loops, your brain is stuck in an endless loop as well. You have something hard to do, so you go and you distract yourself for a little bit to ease the pain. But then you start to feel guilty about not getting your task done, and that stress builds up and builds up. Then a new interesting video appears, and that seems like it will make you feel better, so you go and watch it. Then you start to feel guilty again, then a new interesting video appears, and you go around and around and around. You have to break the loop in order to get out of it by physically removing yourself from the screen. To help myself do that, I created this 4-step system for getting out of a procrastination loop and getting back to work. Step number 1 is to count down from 5 and to just stand up when you get to 0. Don't think about it. Just stand up and walk away from the screen. Step 2 is to go walk around for 5 minutes without any screens. Let the energy and the stress that is built up in your brain come back down and relax for a little bit. While you're walking around for those 5 minutes, take 10 deep, slow breaths and then break your task down into small steps. Identify what the very first step you need to take is, something that will only take 2 minutes. Step 3 is to come back to your workspace, close all of your distracting apps and websites, and write down on a piece of paper that really small 2-minute first step. Making it only 2 minutes is important because if you make it too big, your brain will try to avoid it again. Step 4. Do that 2-minute task, and then once you do it, one of 2 things will happen. You will either just keep going now that you're started, or your brain will start to rebel again at the rest of the task that you have to do. And if it does that, before you start to browse, repeat this process over again. Eventually, your brain will realize that the thing you're working on isn't actually that bad, and it will stop panicking when you try to do it. Now, for that bonus tip that I promised, you need to build a focus routine. And I'll link a video where I explain more in depth what a focus routine is and what mine looks like. But basically, it is a quick ritual that you go through before trying to focus, and this ritual flips your brain into focus mode. It's kind of like a trigger for a focus habit. If you have built a focus routine, go ahead and do that before starting the 2-minute step. And you can watch my other episode for what a focus routine looks like. In fact, I actually used this exact technique as I was writing out this episode. I had been procrastinating sitting down to write, and so I stood up and I walked around for a few minutes. I figured out the very first step I needed to take, and then I came back and got started on it. I did my focus routine and got into the zone so that I could write this out. Now, before you go and do this, make sure to like the video and subscribe. Then count down from 5, stand up and walk away from the screen and go and do your great work.